meeting right now runs very parallel to our Torah and Derech Eretz community here in Washington Heights. Aside from that, in the deliberations and discussions with Rabbi Aaron Troy, it was, he accepted this challenge, not because he wanted to come here to the United States to take a job, but because he saw here a challenge to continue a legacy that has reached worldwide fame. And he feels that here is a Kehillo which stands for something which he believes in and which he would like to continue. People are talking a lot in these last weeks, and they say that Rav Schwab, yes, he asked me, but his heart isn't really in it. Didn't like the tone of the letter. The letter wasn't strong enough. Why didn't Rav Schwab speak yesterday about it? Why didn't he speak last week? For someone who is looking to pin on Rabbi Schwab lack of enthusiasm, maybe that's a tiny. But I called Rabbi Schwab last night. You can well imagine that I haven't had much time to do or think about anything else this last week or so. And people constantly talk to you. And I felt that before coming to this meeting tonight, I want to hear it again myself. The people have, excuse the expression, hack me as I Chinese, that I'm not sure anymore myself. So I said, listen, let's not leave it to a chance. I have to go for a tzibah, a Kehillo Kedosha. I better come well prepared and hear it from Amor the Asher himself. I must tell you that what I heard last night I was not prepared for. Rav Schwab would have said, listen, I've spoken once and I've had my say, and the Kehillo doesn't want to listen, that's their business, would have been sufficient for me. That would have been enough of an answer for me. But that's not what Rav Schwab felt. First out, Rav Schwab starts out the following. I forgot to mention this before, that after my meeting with Rav Schwab in August, Rav Schwab went to Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky to ask Rishus if he's permitted to withdraw from the rabbinate of Kaladas Ashur. He wanted to discuss it with him. And Rav Kamenetsky gave him his full skoma and bracha to do this. He explained to him what his matzav was. Last night, Rav Schwab tells me, last night I get a call from Yaakov Kamenetsky. He calls me up and he tells me he doesn't understand what are you doing, why are you doing this, what's happening. Rav Schwab says to Rav Kamenetsky, I don't understand. Don't you recall we had a conversation in the summer? Yeah, Kedan. But people are telling me that they force you and they push you and all sorts of stories are coming to me. Rav Schwab said, I'm sorry, this is not the truth. And I do this because I feel I cannot physically do the job. And I'm not Yotz Machiv as Morad Asra of this Kehillo. And in addition to that, Rav Schwab said that he was very disappointed. He has a very different view this evening of who his friends are. He used to think that people who are his Hasidim are his friends and want to do what's good for him. Now he seems to get a different impression. He says, people do not take my word. They question my word. I write them a letter. I've never in my life, this is his words, I've never in my life said anything or wrote anything that is not true and that I don't mean. And if the people don't believe me, then I don't know. I'm very disappointed. I say this and I mean it. And anyone who has come to Rav Schwab in these last weeks have been told the same thing by Rav Schwab, that he does not have any reservations about his decision. He has consulted with the Gedolim and he stands by this decision. And he doesn't understand why the people question him. He said he made himself clear on Shabbos. is not seeking a position here in Washington Heights. We were asked by Rav Schwab to go out and find a man who's suitable for the job. Rav Aaron Troy is the candidate. We go to Rav Aaron Troy, we tell Rav Aaron Troy, we would like you to be the Mora de Astra of Kehillo Yeshua. Rav Aaron Troy says, think about it, talk about it, back, forth. We had deliberations. He says, if Kehillo comes together and says that they want to call upon me to be their Mora de Astra, I will accept the call. If they don't want it, fuck it. We have not signed a contract with the man. He has told me that he's prepared to accept the call. We cannot come to him and say, well, we had a meeting, some discussion, and a unanimous decision was reached that you should be the assistant rabbi. Sorry, I didn't apply for the job. That's not what I'm asking for. That's not what you asked of me. Rav Schwab went over to him and told him what he wants of him. Rav Schwab and Rav Aaron Troy are at peace with each other. Rav Aaron Troy knows exactly what kind of covenant he has to give to Rav Schwab. Rav Schwab knows what covenant he has to give to a new Mora de Astra. We're not going to debate tonight whether we'll wait for Shemona Esrei for Rav Aaron Troy. We're going to list Hashem Elokei Commandments. If that's what's on the Seder Hayom tonight, then I think then there's something wrong with us. The Seder Hayom tonight is the future of Kehillo Yeshua, the Shalshelas of the Rabbonos of Kehillo Yeshua. Is there going to be a Kehillo here in 20 years or not? Can a Rav lead a Kehillo from his armchair? If he appeals to you and tells you he can, he cannot. He cannot go to the slaughterhouse. He cannot go to the yeshiva. He cannot function as Rav of the Kehillo. He begs you, do me a favor, get me another Rav. And I am telling you, he tells me, don't get me an assistant. Because an assistant cannot function. A second rabbi cannot function. Rabbi Aaron Troy can't go out to the slaughterhouse and fire one of the shoftim for insubordination if Rabbi Schwab has to first be consulted. Rabbi Schwab says, I know what it is. He cannot do the job. Rabbi Aaron Troy cannot do the job unless I give him the title of Mora de Astra, unless I ask him to be the Av Beis Din. And yes, wait for him, Hashem Elokei Commandments, if that's bothering you. Of course, I don't want you to wait for me. Now, you want to know what I want to do? Me and Rav Schwab, what I want to do here? I want to give shiurim. I want to learn Torah. I want to grow. I want to share with you. I want to answer your shilos when you call me. And Rav Schwab said, and Rav Aaron says, what do you mean? Of course. Rav Schwab will continue to talk from the pulpit. He will continue to say shiurim. He will continue to do that which you be asked of him. What do you be asked of him? He will continue to do what is self-identity. What are we going to put Rav Schwab in the back of the shul? I don't think if that's how big a fool you hold Rabbi Aaron Troy to be, then you better vote against him. But if you recognize in Rabbi Aaron Troy to be a Talmud Chacham of substance, a man of stature, one of the last people in the world, believe me, one of the last people in the world who knows what a tzula of a Rav should look like. Do you know what a tzula of a Rav should look like? Unfortunately, we don't find it very much anymore in today's yeshivas and in today's Botei Midrashos. Today, you go into a shul, you sometimes are hard-pressed to know where the Rav is. They say this is so-and-so's shul, but there's so much noise and there's so much going on that you can't tell who's the rabbi and who's the Talmud. You have a chance, gentlemen. You have a chance tonight to be mamshir, the legacy of Shamshon Raphael Hirsch on one side, and the tzura of a Kehillo, that the people will continue to look up to Kehillo Yeshua, as that's the way a shul should look. That is the way a shul should look. Kashras, mikvahs, yeshivas, a Kehillo, what we were brought up in. And this man is not about to destroy this. Yeah, I've heard all sorts of nonsense as a joke. He's going to change the mechitza. We're going to have separate seating at the dinner. I've heard astronomical. receiving a ballot upon the time that he enters the hall. I would like to officially call this special meeting to order. As we have a quorum, we can proceed to this draft for our Kehillo. The words of Yeshaya Hanavi in this week's Haftorah give us the chizuk that is needed to face the very serious deliberations faced